what I wanted to talk about next is your competitive nature.
Yeah.
Okay. So the way I compete in my head.
Yeah.
And I know we're both playing golf right now. We're both flipping houses right now. We're both acquiring real estate right now. We're both trying to get ahead right now. I have a goal, as you know, to get a jet. That's my, I would say, short-term goal.
Right.
And so secretly in my head, when I compete with a guy like you, I don't know how you think, but I'm going to tell you how I think.
Okay.
When I secretly compete, I'm like, I want that guy to do really well.
Yeah.
But not just as well as I'm doing. Like, I want him to be super successful.
Yeah.
But I want to be just one ahead. That keeps me competing.
Yeah.
Like playing basketball. Like, in my mind, if I think I can beat someone, maybe there's a chance I can beat. Like with golf right now.
Yeah.
I know you're into golf.
Yeah.
Like, I know, like right then and there, I have no chance of competing with somebody who's an athlete of years that has trained discipline, that you take. I've seen how seriously you're taking this sport and you're making money on it on top of it. That's the crazy. That was honestly, when I saw you make that move, I'm going to give you credit. I'm like, that was like a brilliant move. Like, how do you incorporate something that you love and make $6,000 doing it?
Yeah. I've actually had to raise prices because we're 2.5 months booked out. It's crazy.
But it's the smartest move you've ever done. I mean, like, in my opinion, like, if you look at the social media and everything, that move right there.
Yeah.
How do you, like, because you're on the golf course, like you said, you got a bunch of free time. You're usually just BSing about nothing.
Yep.
What do you like to talk about? Stuff that you're talking about on social media. If you're going to go play golf, like you said, I think I watched it in one of your videos, like, it gets boring playing with the same guys at the same time. You're not getting better.
Yeah.
So you're playing with a bunch of new guys.
Yep.
You're making content.
It's always spontaneous. You never know who you're going to play with. Yeah. I mean, you touched on a few things. To finish off, like, as far as the routine goes, you know, I do that hour routine. Then I go to the gym. I then go to the office from 10 to 5. And I just do that 5 days a week. Well, actually now only 4 days a week because I golf on Fridays. So
10 to 5 is work.
Yep. I do that Monday through Thursday. Friday I golf, and then weekends are with the fam. Okay. So it's literally the same thing every week. There's not any kind of change. So that's like the morning routine. Now, as far as competitiveness goes, I'm with you, man. Like, I love competing. It brings out the best in, well, it could bring out either the best or the worst in people, right?
Okay.
Because you have people who, let competitiveness destroy them, right? They just, whatever, like, they'll sacrifice at all costs to go try and do what someone else is doing, when in reality, they're never going to be as good. Like, it's just what it is. Like, if I want to go be as good as LeBron James, it's just never going to happen. Right. Like, it's just, you can't do it. And so I think with competitiveness, I've learned that over the years playing baseball, because, I played against the best players in the world.
Right.
I've played against Mike Trout, and you play against Mike Trout, and if you're trying to, like, be as good as Mike Trout, you can try to do it, but it ain't going to happen. And so I think competitiveness is better when you're competing against yourself. Now, what I will say is, it is great to try to, emulate other people and take things you can. So, like, when I watch a guy like Mike Trout when I was playing, I'd be like, man, like, how is Trout so good? What can I learn from him?
Right.
What about his swing is so amazing? What about his routine and his workouts? And, I try to learn. When I got into YouTube, I looked at the guys like Graham Stephan and me, Kevin, and I said, okay, these guys are so far ahead of me. Like, and nor do I want to be like them. I can't be like them.
It's not you. Yeah.
Yeah. Nor do I want to. But what can I learn from them that was really good? And so I'll look at all these different things and I'll apply them to my own life. And then I'm still going to do me. At the end of the day, I'm just always trying to be the best version of me. And that's all I care about. And even today, it's like, a lot of people will look at it and they'll say, well, I flip more houses than Ryan, or he has more followers. Well, I'm like, I don't really care. Like, for me, I'm just playing my own game.
That's it.
Yeah.
You can't compare yourself to others in anything.
No. And so you just have to figure out, what is the goal for me, and the people who are ahead of me in whatever it is, how do I pick some little things from them? In the gym, I'm in the gym every day. Like, I'm pretty strong, but I'm with NFL guys and other stuff. I'm like, man,
where do you work out at?
It's called Phase 1.
Phase 1. Okay.
So a lot of Raiders guys work out there, different things. And, you look at these guys, and I'm older now. Even though I'm 32, that's pretty old for...
Get to 43.
Yeah, I know. But, I look at these guys and I'm like, okay, just being around these guys makes me want to level up.
Right.
I know I'm never going to be like them, especially being older now, but
you got something to prove.
It's going to make me the best version of me.
Right.
So that's how I treat competitiveness.
Yeah. So you know, I see you doing a lot of stuff in the gym that I look at and I'm like, yeah, that's not easy. Like I know I've been working out for years, but as you know, going to the gym and saying you're working out is not going to the gym and working out until you know what you're actually doing. Just like, as you know, I was in YouTube in 2010, right? And I had many videos from 2010, but because I didn't know what the hell I was doing, it didn't add up to jack diddly squat. And so once you go to the gym and you realize, oh, I'm not going intense. I'm not working out hard. When you work out hard. You're doing, what are you benching these days?
I could do 275 for 5.
That's pretty solid.
And I'm pretty light.
Yeah.
What do you
weigh, about 165?
I'm 180.
180?
Yeah.
You're a lean 180.
Yeah. I'm a lot heavier than I look. But
it must be in your legs.
It is. I got thick legs.
Okay.
But one thing I'll say that as far as competitiveness and leveling up goes is I've always put myself with the highest level people in whatever it is I'm doing,
Smart.
right? So like we just said at the gym, right? I want to be at the best gym where, all these athletes are, right? But maybe my goal would be to be like a bodybuilder, right? Mr. Olympia guys. Well, I'd be at a different gym if like that's the look I was going for.
Right.
But I just want to be an athlete. That's what I am. I'm not a bodybuilder.
Right.
But when I think about social media, right? How do I get in with all these social media guys? I know every YouTuber now, right? Like I'm friends with all of them because I want to.
What's been your strategy on that?
For me, when it comes to getting in with the top level people, it's just figuring out a way to provide value to these guys. And so like with the YouTubers, it was simple. It was like, hey, guys, you're not monetizing the way you can be with business and delegating. And let me show you guys how to create systems and processes around your personal brand. And so, things like that. On the gym side, that's a little different. It's just like, hey, you got to, you got to be able to fit in, right? Another thing I just did was I joined a group called YPO. And YPO is like, not a lot of people know about it. It's pretty old school.
Young Professional Organization or something like that, right?
Young Presidents Organization.
Right.
And in order to be in it, you've got to be doing like crazy stuff. I was actually the youngest guy in there at the event last week. And the guys in there are like really big dudes like that are doing, a lot of 9-figure net worths and stuff.
Is this in Las Vegas?
They have chapters all across the country.
Is Frank Martin in that group?
Frank is not in it because Frank's too old.
Okay.
It caps out at 50 years old.
Oh, okay.
That young presidents.
Yes, that's right. Oh, yeah.
But Frank is a mentor of mine. So
yeah, he's a great guy.
Frank is a great guy. But so anyways, it's just being around those people, right? Because now it was something I was always thinking about was, man, I'm around a lot of good real estate people and that's great.
Right.
But how do I get around good business people? And these guys are running just the most random, lucrative businesses that just aren't on YouTube and people don't talk about because they're just so niche that, whatever. And so I'm like, man, okay, if I can just get proximity to these guys, just by, what do they call it? Osmosis.
Yes.
You're going to learn what they know.
Yes.
And that's all I've done is just every aspect of my life. If I want to be a better Christian, how do I get around, Christians that are really walking the faith and doing what they're supposed to do? That's what I've done. If I want to get into self-development and teach or learn more from just like, these books and these seminars, okay, who's doing that?
Right.
And so I have a very wide range of friends and groups that I'm a part of because they're all very specific skill sets.